Yo, what's up, guys? I'm gonna keep this recording short today. I've been busy recently. I've been hanging out with my girlfriend, and I have been on Dark and Darker playing. I've been trying to get dudes and trio clips, but I haven't really got a lot of PvP clips, honestly. And right now I'm just questing, and getting flowers and stuff. Um, but someone in the comments asked me to um, give a little bit of tips for like dealing with rogues. And if you look in chat, I think someone said data floor spikes, GS something. There's some dude over there, and I'm gonna see if I can try to get a fight. I'm gonna try heading towards mid, hopefully. And long story short, um, one big advice I can give you besides Dreamwalk, is like I said, Dreamwalk's very crucial, in my opinion. It will sometimes make you have to play a certain way, and it will affect your gameplay a lot. But the more you play with it, the more you can play around it and stuff. And I will definitely suggest you know get Dreamwalk if you're getting rogued on, like, which is like landmine, all that. Like, it's a lot of rogues. I don't really blame people for like saying I'm dying to rogues and stuff. I'm dying to rogues too myself, but that's the best thing you can do is definitely get Dreamwalk. Dreamwalk will definitely save you from your poison. It will save you from silence. It's just so good. Honestly, another big tip I could give is you see how much drums are here? Drums are very, very nice. Honestly, right now. I have just been spamming drums on roads, and you can kind of hold it like a shotgun. Not shotgun, what's it called? You can kind of hold it like a crossbow in a sense. Because what I mean is, like, let's say a rogue's fishing, right? You just hold this. Because you're building so much strength and agility, you're gonna be able to walk a decent amount while on the drum. And then your drum does so much damage. If you can at least land one, it is so big for a fight, especially against a rogue. Usually I can't Panther against a rogue, but if I throw a drum and I hit him, especially in the head, or if I get two body shots, easily able to go Panther and just mess them up. Like I said, I don't know if I can get any clips, because honestly, a lot of my clips are kind of me trolling, or just having fun with friends and stuff, and I don't really mean to PvP. For example, last night I was playing with some friends and stuff, and we were gonna hit red and stuff, and I was just trolling with this dude, and I trapped him in the room, threw a drum at him, trying to bury, gone, one shot, right? And second dude, it's basically the same thing. Well, he won me, got my ones, one light work, right? That's another thing so I can definitely say is fighting a rogue. You can play more defensive than passive. Definitely don't go for the push and stuff. Let him push you. You push him. 9 out of 10, you're just dead. I'm being honest. Um, that's just how rogues are right now. Rogues are very scary. They're very hostile, and you want to play as safe as you can, honestly, against a rogue. Like, so I'm gonna go to mid in a second, so maybe I can get at least a fight, because I do got some gear on right now. Nothing crazy, just stuff I've been finding. And I gymmed up a little bit of it, and you know, there's not too much I can really give on advice. Like I said, I'm trying to work on it. Surprisingly, when I started doing the videos and stuff, there was like a lot of rules. But now that I've been like trying to get videos and stuff now, there hasn't really been that many, if I'm being honest. And one thing that might be weird you might notice is when I shapeshift, you'll see. I got to shape myself. You see Penguin. Right now, I'm also working with Penguin. I've been testing out some stuff for people that was on my Penguin and stuff. People love the Penguin, but I'm trying to make it work. And the best thing I've gotten so far is, yes, Penguin does scale off will, but it does, and it's alright, but it also scales out strength too, a good amount for that effect. The strength and the will difference on the left click is practically the same. So you can run strength and still have bear and use penguin. So I'm trying to see how that's working. I haven't been able to use it too much. I've been kind of like I said, I've been using these drums. Drums are very good. Um, they've been kind of changing my game a whole lot. If I'm being honest, right? But I don't know. Um, it's not really too much I can really say. I'm gonna pop that shield real quick. I'm just gonna grab that blue bandage. I'm really gonna leave it. I just stand mid. Maybe somebody's still alive. Um, but like I said, it's not gonna be like a full video. I'm just kind of explaining what I've been doing, and maybe if I do some clips, I will throw them in this video. But honestly, it's just more of a yap session. I'll make sure to put that like in a caption or something, so people don't get confused or like having clips and stuff. But all I'm running is basically either agility or dex with strength. I've just been finding more dex than agility stuff, so I would just kind of stick with it, honestly. But agility is pretty nice. I also do want to try out Sun and Moon, get up enhanced wilderness or Sun and Moon. But I think enhanced wilderness is honestly nice for bear and panther. So I don't know if I really want to, if I'm being honest, because it's just 3 HP and it's like it's good, but if I don't like have agility right now, my panther would be pretty slow. I mean, I barely am going like 34 C right now. 5 move speed can make a big difference, I think, honestly. And this is like anyone's is alive. But guys, since my perks, Shish Mastery, Dream Walk, Thorn Code, Wilderness, Thorn Barrier, Mending Grove, and Tree. I do Mending Grove, Tree, and then the barrier. But I mean, you don't have to do barrier. I just do it because if I have a little bit of knowledge from like gear I find, it's better than tree for like trapping people in my opinion. I like it because it does more damage, and also people can't break it too. So I mean, it works for me. Um, but I don't really have too much. Like I said, I don't want to keep y'all for too long, and I just kind of want to get that across the point. You know, I have a little bit of free time right now. I'm just doing some questing. I said, you know, and I was like, well, I don't have any clips or anything, but I could, you know, get some general advice on how to deal with it. I don't really suggest buying drums too often. I can't lie. I just gonna have a whole bunch from like just Sing Alive, if I'm being honest. But you could definitely buy. You can definitely buy them. They're not that expensive, but having at least like 2 or 3 drums will definitely make a big difference in your gameplay. Yeah, see, like I have a drums my storage and stuff. My storage is pretty nasty right now. I gotta organize it, but that's all I gotta really say. The builds has been staying the same. You know, I still use Spear, I still use Spellbook. Um, I have been trying to build more agility than strength recently because I have noticed that I've been using Panther a lot more. And I mean, you can still keep the same old. It's basically the same build. I'm not gonna lie, like just different chest plates. But I also like it for the action speed too. If I'm being honest, completely, because action speed is just really nice on Druid. I say you don't need it or anything, but I just like it. A little more agility right now. I don't really know so big of a difference. I tried all strength, right? And all strength is okay. You're very slow, but you're very strong. And, you know, I've 2-shotted barbs in barbs that have like no shirt or hat. You can 1-shot them with all strength, but like I said, the only issue is your health. You're pretty slow, and you know, like they can also kite that pretty well. So you know, take that with what you want. You know, I mean, it's nothing crazy advice or anything like that, but I mean, like I said, I don't really have any clips right now, and I'm trying to work on it. I'm not trying to be lazy or anything, but I get some clips out soon, hopefully, and like I said, hopefully I can get the trios and duos thing going. I was playing duos and stuff. I do have, I think, some clips in duos, but the only issue is I was kind of playing on a different video for that time. I was trying out a different build. If you want to see real quick, I know it's a pretty long yap session, but like, this is the build. I might not release a video. I might. It just depends if you want to see it. But basically, this is all it was. It was PDR Panther. Um, hands. No. And no, XP. This is all it was. This PDR. Basically just build all HP, and your Panther will be very tanky. I didn't go with the rugged boots, but I think you should if you would want to go for it. I actually went for these instead because of the max HP. But I think you're probably better for the move speed, and also this have a little more PDR too. But you are pretty like I said. So, um, I liked it. It was good against rogues and stuff and barbs, but it wasn't really solid against fighters and stuff. Fighters, you can do a good amount of damage and stuff and like survive a good amount. But if you don't have heals or like you don't have any that space to run and heal, because you're like I said, you're slow. Even in Panther, you're still kind of slow. So, um, it's just kind of hard. My opinion, it's fighters or like bards, especially bards because they have like the shield most of the time, and most of them have a decent amount of PDR. So I mean, I hasn't changed much. As I said, I just changed it to ritual road. Like, 'cause I use the skin, so I have already a decent amount of strength base. I have like 15 strength and 20 agility. So it's up to you. If you get the Panther skin, just use the padded tunic instead, because you'll still get around the same amount of speed. Like I said, I just don't like will. The will thing is just not for me. I like having more strength for my skin, and I get the rest from agility. Agility for my other equipment. One thing I could say though too is if you're struggling a lot with Panther, um, try using Elkwood Crown and not beer cap, leather cap for a little bit, and then try using Straw and Forest. Um, I mean, I did the math, and the damage isn't really that much, if I'm being honest. Um, but it's like 2 to 3 less damage with a little more headshot damage reduction. But it does make a big difference if you're trying to survive as Panther. Um, Another thing too, just jump a lot. Just jump. That's all I can also say too. Is just jumping helps a lot on Panther. If I'm being completely honest. Oh my goodness, I have no space. I have so much stuff I gotta get rid of. Oh my goodness. Like I said, if y'all can tell, I'm just doing some quests right now. Not this one. Doing Leathersmith and stuff. And Sailor quests. But because I haven't hit it, and I want a calming gear. That's another thing too. That's pretty helpful. Is I didn't hit calming gear so late last season, and it made such a big difference to my Squire. Honestly, I don't know why. 'Cause it's not really that much of a stat difference, if I'm being completely honest. But it really does make a big difference. If you can, if you can do your quests and stuff, and etc., definitely do it. And pray for me, y'all. I gotta do this quest. I've been trying to get this fucking outfit for the longest, and I can't fucking find it. And, I can't buy it. I can't fucking do anything. So I just keep on running shit over and over and praying I get it. That's so dumb. You have to get looted, but I mean, it is what it is. And like I said, I'll try to get clips. I've just been questing and try to get my calming gear so I can make more videos and stuff. And I'm working on Penguin, like I said to you. Don't give up on Penguin. I've been playing with Lesser Rat because, like I said, I'm using Penguin. I think it could honestly be viable getting rid of Rat for Penguin on every map. The only issue is you need to clear your modules so you don't run into back into a room full of mobs. Let's see. Just like tighter situations, you can't really get around. You can still jump around or through most things with chicken. Like the barricades on Goblin Cave map, you can jump above them with chicken instead of riding through them. You can, you know, fit through a lot of small spaces with chicken or penguin. Um, Even like I use penguin as a rat sometimes. When I like go bear, I just turn into a penguin because they'll chase me, and you just turn right back into a bear. You know, or if they don't chase you, and if they if you don't have any transformations and they do chase you, you can just go for a headshot as penguin. It does a good amount of damage, honestly, especially against rogues. Rogues struggle hitting penguin from what I noticed. But I do think you should chip them down first. You shouldn't just go for a straight kill. I tried going for a straight kill as penguin, doesn't work. I got a lot of people low, but they just do too much. You get 2 or 3 shot as penguin, and you 4 shot them. So you gotta hit them at least with something else. But all I can say is right now is Druid's actually not that bad. It's in a weird state. You can definitely fix it by adjusting your gameplay. Um, Gear does help a lot. You see, I've built a lot of action speed. You don't really need action speed. I just like it. Um, if I could, I would go all decks. I even have like a PVE build right here, all decks. Oh yeah, here's my PDR. I was running arena with some friends and stuff. PDR Panther. And then here's just another basic kit. But like I said, PDR Panther's fun. Um, all decks is good for like PVE, but PvP it's kind of shitty in my opinion. Only because of the fact that you don't really do much damage. You're able to get damage out fast. You're not gonna be able to land 4 hits on a rogue with bear, if they're good enough. That's why you need that 1 or 2 hits to do it, because once you get hit once, they'll play very safe. That's why another reason I suggest playing more strength or agility instead of like running dex or running what just straight agility. Just a little bit of strength helps, and I don't know. I think that's all I can really say. Druid isn't really. There's not really much to it right now. You you will lose your fights every now and then. Of course, I've lost quite a bit of kits. If I'm being honest, I've lost like at least like 5. But I've been getting them just as fast. Honestly, I've been learning a lot from Druid. How to play the game a little better, and I think everybody will adapt to the Druid stuff. And the only issue is um, Druid is definitely more viable solos than anything else right now. Because you play more solo. Like I said, you play more reactive. You play more passive, not really defense, I would say, but more passive. And you play like more reactive and stuff. And yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of something else. I don't want to cut it too long and yet the whole time. So I might have some clips, but if not, I'll just keep this up as a video. If I do have some clips, I will make a timestamp. And yeah, I mean, I think that's about it. Make sure you take Dreamwalk. Dreamwalk is definitely your best friend. If you're having issues with Rogue 2, definitely take Thorncoat. These 2 are least vital. At least these 2. If you want to help with rogues, these 2 will definitely help get rogues off of you. Rogues stab me a million times, so they'll take at least like 20 damage most of the time. Like I said, Dreamwalk will save you from silence, poison. It'll stop you from turning yourself into a rat and dying instantly. For those like new players and stuff. And it's kind of sad to say, but I got rid of natural healing. Natural healing is very nice. It's very good, but right now I've been having a little bit more better time with enhanced awareness and bringing my own heals, especially because the fact that my everything's kind of full right now. I've kind of had a bunch of stuff saved up, and I need to clear like I said, my space. But you don't need potions. Like I said, I don't really bring in my videos, but they do help. I kind of got a lot of these from just killing people. I'm being honest. Like I said, I killed the one rogue last round, and I think I killed somebody else, but it wasn't in chat though. Well, wait, I guess both of them were in chat, but the other dude said they didn't show in chat. Whatever. Besides the point, you don't need all this. the only thing I really suggest if you're gonna go in Squire is at least bring drums, and if you're running a full kit, run as many drums as you can, and run protection potions. You can run magic potions. I don't really run them often. I probably should because Wizards been kind of demolishing recently. If I'm being completely honest, Wizards have been really strong for me at least, right? Um, so you could bring magic potions too, but I'm just kind of lazy and I haven't really tried my flowers since anything yet. Um, I mean, I guess you could also just sell them too. You don't really need them for the game. But like I said, let me stop talking. I can go on all day about Druid. I love Druid. Druid's my favorite class. I have a lot of fun with it. Um, I would like to help people out more. It's just I don't really know too much I could really do. I mean, like I said, just ask questions in the comments and let me know what y'all want help with. Um, I mean, maybe I can start adding some people so I can like help people like one on one. It might be better than videos. Videos are I can only go so far, you know. Like I said, I don't really want to clip out all my deaths and stuff because I won't lie, as Druid, you will die a lot. You know, you will have to learn. Is a big learning curve, but once you get past that, you know, it feels very smooth and it feels very nice, and you'll have like a lot of like accomplishing games, you know, and fights. So I don't know. Um, or of course you can always just switch to Rogue, you know. And Rogue is kind of the best class around the game, so you could always switch to it. Let me see where's on Rogue. Nice. I play a little bit of other classes, but my main classes are Druid, and that's just because I love Druid. You know. Um. Yeah. Let me stop talking now. If anyone like would like to like play 1-on-1 and stuff, I can try helping you learn and stuff because it might be a little better, like I said in the videos. I can only get so many clips, and my PC is not the best. Obviously, you've seen from the first couple of videos. I don't have clipping softwares. I should record, so a lot of my kills don't get recorded, and a lot of my plays don't get recorded. I just record when I can, and obviously, when I play trios and duos, not all my friends will be recorded too. So just try to keep in mind that I am trying to get the clips out, but it just is what it is. So like I said, if anybody wants to get some one-on-one help, I can actually try to do that. Maybe that'd be a little better. And besides that, comment and let me know what I should do for my next builds or like video and etc. And if there's no clips in this video, I will put some clips of me killing rogues and other classes and try to put like either like text over it or voice over it of like how to play with that situation. But like I said, let me stop talking. I love talking about Druid. So everybody have a blessed day and take it easy and hope you find the best. And that's all I gotta say.